this week's episode of Speedway The Inside Dirt, we have highlights from the Manawatu Saloon Champs, which include 7 Palmerston North registered cars. The midgets make a return to the arena with the first Palmerston North registered drivers in decades. We chat to the managers of the Palmerston North Pumas and Rotorua Rascals stock car teams. Plus, we have highlights of their stock car teams race. We strap the GoPro on Bradley Wilson-Dean, the current 1NZ helmet, as he does some hot laps around Rosebank Motorcycle Speedway. We have a short video featuring 77P Scott Penn with music by Tokyo Rock Machine. But first, let's get the show started with Heat 1 of the Manawatu Saloon Championship.
Isn't it nice to see a lot of Palmy cars?
Yeah, it's nice to see a few saloons with a P on it, isn't it?
Yes, not happened very often.
No. Well, it's nice that they're coming back and we're opening up the class here in Palmerston. The Halcrow family, of course, are making a big contribution to that as they live just down the road. Green flag out. Oh, bit of a tie-up. Oh, hit the wall straight across.
That'll be the 9W of Craig Burden straight into the wall.
There's the
Right,
green
we
flag.
go green for go this time round. Taylor Mahi gets underway nicely there into the corner. Oh, nudge, and look at this, straight to the outside. This is 8. That is Great ball.
He's a man that knows this track really, really well.
Well, both in saloons and super saloons, of course, do, and he's going that high line. He's lost a fair few spots though in that Mazda out there.
I think he had to try it though.
Well, Taylor Mahi though, he's got the lead in 16W. Then we go back to the 39. Wayne Melling, former street stock driver there. And we got one up the wall with Shane Laking, the 7P car. He's parked himself up there in turn number 3 and 4. Right, we look for the restart this time around. Taylor Mahi bunches the field up, and we're underway again in the 16W. Good jump there. Got problems for the 18B. Straight to the pole line. Macbeth around the outside. It looks like Macbeth's going to go with the 8S. Still low. Mahi leading the way. Out of Wellington, the 16 dub car. Then we go back to the 39P, the 227 out of Hawke's Bay, and the 27 out of Hawke's Bay. Josh Smith, great drive out of 4. He's on the outside now. He lifts the left front. And the 27B car trying that high line. He's going to get stuck there. Macbeth up the inside. It's on here for 4th now. Macbeth gets the run. He gets the run out of 4 and slots up the inside of Josh Smith. Still status quo out the front though with Taylor Mahi leading it from O'Dowd. We go back to Melling. Here comes Corp up the inside, a lot of them. Corp slots into 4th now in the 80s car. Jared Macbeth slots back into 5th, and Josh Smith is going backwards in the 27B car. All the way to 6th. 4th now, flings the car wide. Almost rubs the concrete out. The grand start finish straight there. Looking up the inside of Melling. Corp's got this Mazda hooked up. No, he doesn't now. He gets the speed wobbles, and Josh Smith around the outside of Macbeth and Corp into 4th. Keep an eye on the 27B. He's hauling. He lifts the left front now and he's put it on the wall. He's done it all himself as well. Halfway point of the race, and we've got Taylor Mahi leading it from Ashley O'Dowd in the 39. Wayne Melling in the 227. Come out of turn 4 and the greens are back on. So watch out Josh Smith at the back. We'll see how many places he can make up. As he wants it. Seems to be looking right. The 27 car around the corners there. But meanwhile, up front, Thomas Korf making a huss for the 3rd spot there. Up the inside of Melling he goes. So Korf in the 80s car moves into the 3rd spot. Melling back into 4th. Then we've got Macbeth. Here comes Stephen Martin in the 29 car. Trying to get around the outside now of Macbeth. You saw what happened to Josh Smith on that high line, so the rest of them I'm sure would have seen that. Korf looking up the inside of the 39P.
Third place has done pretty well so far tonight.
Taylor Mahi though, way out in front, the 16W car gets the white flag, 1 to go. O'Dowd holding on to that 2nd spot ahead of Craig off the 8S car. We go back to the 227 with Melling. Out of strap for the 829. And Stephen Martin, the 29, they're all trying to battle it out for that 2nd spot, but it'll be Taylor Mahi taking the win, doing the Mahi.
So Heat 1 of the Manawatu Saloons qualifying goes to the 16W of Taylor Mahi. 39P Ashley O'Dowd in 2nd. 8S Craig Korf comes home in 3rd. Wayne Melling the 227 in 4th. 829 from Stratford. Jared Macbeth in 5th. And rounding out the top 6, Stephen Martin with 6th spot there. The fastest lap goes to Josh Smith, the 27B car, with a 17.21.06. Unfortunate DNF for him, though.
Well, 4P is Kerry Brocklebank. How much time in the midget, Kerry?
This is my second meeting, and first time at my home track. So
how do you compare it with what you used to?
It's got quite a lot more power, and it's quite a lot looser. So it's got to learn to control the power smoothly.
Because you've got no wing either. That's gonna make a difference.
Definitely, a lot looser to drive, but lots of fun though.
What made you decide to move into one of these?
Just sort of change class for a change. No, I still got my mini sprint and I'll still run it as well.
Yep.
So I'll be running both classes.
Mate, what was what influenced you in going to the midget?
I think I'd sort of come to the end with the mini sprint, and with the Toyotas going in, I'd already spent enough money, and I sort of got out at the right time, and then this opportunity come up, and I took it. So it's up for lease. We're leasing the vehicle out as well. So anybody that wants to have a drive in a midget, they can do that as well. So
How many laps have you done in a midget?
I'll tell you when I get out the gate.
So this is 0 time.
0 time. 0 time.
Where do you think the big difference is going to be?
Probably without the wing. It'll be a bit slower in the corners, a lot faster down the straight. But no, I'll get to grips with it. A couple of laps, hopefully we'll get in the groove, and away we go.
And we get set for the first midget race of the season here at Palmy Speedway. Brought to you by A Parts Ford and Mazda. Over 10 laps we go. Green McGill, great jump in the 93, throws it in hard into turn 1 and 2. That's what we want to see. Then we got the 6S rider behind him, Neville Thompson. Here comes the Necki Nitro car in 3rd place as they hit turn 3 and 4. Hickman up the inside now, looking for that 4th spot. And the 24S will be the 3rd place car of Williams out of Stratford. We go back to Hickman, the 95 car. JD Hickman Castrol car there, this 95S. Still Carl McGill leading, sliding it through to turn 1 and 2. God, I miss these days. Ben Hoos pulls to the infield in the 74 car. So still McGill, Thompson, Hickman, Willens.
Carl McGill's flying now, isn't he?
Oh, he definitely is. He's got Hickman in behind him now, though. This is the real battle going to heat up.
Hickman will find a way through. If anyone can find a way, he'll find it. He probably knows that the guy in front of him had no lot of time in one of these. He also knows he's had a lot of time in the mini sprint. He's going to come down the inside.
Slide job done.
Through.
That's the one. That's how these midgets do it. They just slide on up the inside. And Hickman goes to the lead. No surprises there. I'll tell you what, though. McGill done a great job out in front, and he's going to be one to watch as he adapts to this car and the track throughout the night. 8 laps into it, they'll get the white flag this time round as Hickman comes out of 4. The 95S car takes the white, 1 to go, and he's almost lapping them. They're getting into lap traffic now as well.
Just simply, I would imagine, going to get through for this line.
I don't think so. He's going to get that high line right around the outside. He goes around the 74V car. Only 8 feet, and he'll take the win.
Averaging 16 seconds a lap.
That record is 14.8 by Zach Darm, the American. Right, here we go. Race 2 for the midgets. Underway. Hoos gets the jump on Hickman. And we got collision. We got one up and over. Oh,
wow.
big time. Carl McGill done well to evade that one. It'll be the 6S. Neville Thompson. He's gone over. He actually collected the 11 of Ricky Paul as well on his way through. So our first rollover in the midgets. Chris down there assisting the Max Tow team. Right, we go green this time now. And Hickman gets to jump this one over Hoos. McGill had to flick it right to go left on that circumstance there. But the Hickman's out in front and he's going to be gone, I'd say. Brent Hoos there in second. Then we go back to Willens. Carl McGill on the outside. Oh, the slide jobs are about to begin. There's 4 of them ready to go. Hoos still holding on to that second spot ahead of Ricky Ball. Here comes Carl McGill in the 93. They got Willens on the outside as well in the 24 car. McGill into third, the 93P car. Up he goes. Ricky Paul now in 4th. Then we go back to Willens, the 24, Nicky Nitro car in 5th. Tony Johnson in 6th. You've got Kerry Brocklebank, Rick Giles, and De Cruz. That's your field. Hickman, though, he's in a class of his own, out in front and off and gone. Tony Johnson once again holding off the 4 of Kerry Brocklebank. They almost come together out of turn 2. So the mini sprint rivalry is carrying on into the midget class. I'll tell you what, Dave, Kerry Brocklebank was a new driver to Speedway altogether 2 seasons ago.
Doing well, isn't he?
And he's already made the step from mini sprints to midgets. He's got some problems now, though, the 4 car. Was he just getting the handling sorted on it? I think he was just getting it settled down. Tony Johnson went very wide there in the 13 car. Oh, we got a slide job here. The 24 up the inside of the 11. So Willens moves into 4th ahead of Ricky Paul. Battle still going on here for the 2nd spot. There's Brent Hoos still holding on Carl McGill. To Matt Black midgets. We go caution. There's one in the wall down the far end. They're going to call that race at 6 laps to keep the show moving on, David.
It's the important bit.
10 laps of distance once again. Heat 2, Manawatu Saloon Champs. Their first run on the track for the season. And we get the green. It'll be 6 of Hooper. That cuts off Macbeth out. Round the outside goes Honorary.
He's trying to get through. He's going to come up. Is he going to be able to find a spot there? He's not. He's still going to hang out there, though. Probably figuring he's got some drive there. He's in a good position, though.
I'll tell you what, Hooper's still holding on. Macbeth going with him. I'll tell you what, if Calvin Honorary can get past and get back to that bottom line, I think he'll be away. Martin's trying to go with him in the 29. They're making this a great 2-lane track, that's for sure. Honorary's just put his nose in front. Now he's got it. The 57 goes to the lead, but not for long, is it? The 29 round the outside. Stephen Martin trying to push his way through, but Honorary's got decked down to the bottom. He's keeping that car nice and square now. Bit of moisture on the track, obviously, too, as we saw the water truck at the start of the race. And Honorary's holding off Martin. They're doing a great run out the front. Macbeth sitting there in the 2nd and the 3rd spot. Then we go back to Corf in the 8S. And Martin around the outside now in the 29 car. And he's got the lead off Honorary. Stephen Martin, 8 laps down, so 2 to go for the 29 car. No issues so far throughout the race. Good to see. 29 leaders at Calvin Honorary actually looked up the inside there for a moment on the 29 car. And the 4 leaders, they're all bunched up.
Gore right at the back, looking for a space too. He wants to be a 3rd if he can get it.
But here comes Ashley Halcrow trying to look for a way through to the 5th spot. Up the inside of Blake Cooper. But I'll tell you what, this lead, it could change. I think Stephen Martin's got enough to hold on to the lead. Calvin Honorary goes in. Oh, we got drama. We got Macbeth was about to go round, but as I say that, Karina Annan's gone into the wall 33. We missed that one, too busy watching the leaders. We saw that battle between those 4 drivers up the front. Stephen Martin, Calvin Honorary, Jared Macbeth and Craig Corf. It's all on here in these last couple of laps. Honorary still has 1 run to go. The other 3 have, this is their last one, and we go green. Martin gets a good jump. Honorary, Macbeth, Corf, Blake Cooper. We go back to Ashley Halcrow, Danny Halcrow, Alan Hooper in the 18 car, Mark Heyman and Jevin Clapperton. Rear out the field, we've got 1 to go. Still Martin leading it. Corf's trying that high line on Macbeth. They won't want to tangle this time. Look at this Hooper. Blake Hooper makes a move on Corf. I think Corf's going to hold on to it, and Stephen Martin, though, will take the win from Calvin Honorary. Great 2nd place in his first run for the night, Calvin.
Heat 2 goes to Stephen Martin in the 29B. Calvin Honorary comes out in the 57P for a 2nd spot. Jared Macbeth, the 829, in 3rd. Craig Corf comes home in 4th in the 8S Mazda. Blake Cooper, the 12S car, in 5th. And Ashley Halcrow picks up a 6th spot in the 242 out of Palmerston North. Fastest lap in that race went to Craig Corf, 17.4128. This Saturday night at Prestige Pool's Waikaraka Family Speedway has racing starting from 7 p.m. with Superstocks, stock cars, modifieds, street stocks, saloons and mini stocks. This Saturday night at Huntly International Speedway starting at 6 p.m. is the Superstock Team's Invitation and stock cars at the coalface. Support classes include mini stocks and golden oldies. This Saturday night at EASTLAND Group Raceway, starting at 6 p.m, is Superstock Teams racing between the Gisborne Giants and the Wanganui Warriors, and stock car teams racing between the Gisborne Gladiators and the Miani Maulers. Support classes include saloons. This Friday and Saturday night at Stratford Speedway, starting at 7 p.m, is the Carnage Festival, featuring the Demolition Derby team champs and an all-in Demolition Derby on Saturday. Support classes include Superstocks, mini stocks, stock cars and saloons. This Saturday night at OCEANVIEW Family Speedway at 7 p.m. is the Ray Purdy Memorial Production Saloons and a West Coast Sidecar Champs. Support classes include Superstocks, stock cars and mini stocks.
Tonight, the one-off teams race, what are we looking for? And tell us a bit about your squad too.
Yeah, so we've got Keegan Orr back, as we mentioned in the interview earlier in the week. Really stoked to have Keegan. As we all talk about Keegan, we'd all rather be racing with him and against him, that's for sure. Aaron Powell, he's taken a year off and he's back again in the 53R, running the 535R tonight. Obviously the last night we'll ever run these three-digit numbers.
Thank God.
Yeah, for the commentators, they'll be loving it, and the lap score is even better. Steve Gray, our sort of long-term campaigner. He's in the Westbury chassis over there, doing really well. He's always a solid member. Brand new first times teams racer here tonight, 16R, James Clifton. It's not actually a Steve Gray built Westbury, it is actually a self-built James Clifton built Westbury. And then Shannon Orr as well, so a couple of Orr brothers there.
You yourself, you're pretty new to, I guess, Speedway in general with racing side of things, and then also new to the management side. Do you have much other support in the background in the way of guidance from ex-drivers and things like that?
Yeah, absolutely. One person I suppose I've got to thank a lot is Brent Stewart. He's helped me out at the Teams Champs last year, sort of dragged him along, and without him knowing, used him as a bit of a lot of guidance actually, and a strategist, if you want to call it anything. I was helping Steve Axton's out a bit, you know, the last couple of years before we actually did take it, or I took over at the beginning of last year. So no, it's good, and the boys are still, I mean, Ax rang me today, Terry O'Connor, he's a real good help with me as well, and obviously the other selectors that we use, Lyle Rumney and Bill Kaiser too. So no, I mean, the club, the guys that have been in the club for a long time, they do stick around, and we all love teams racing, don't we? I mean, who doesn't? So.
Right, Ian Parfitt here, the manager of the Palmerston North Pumas, the current 2NZ teams champions, up against the third runner-up from Rotorua Rascals, mate. Top 4 teams race. You've got 2 drivers sort of on debut for the Pumas in this fact of Cameron Renwick and Brandon Jurgelet. Tell us about the rest of your squad and what's the plans for this race.
Well, the rest of the squad is Brendan Lemont was our 6th driver up at Stratford. He's come into the team now. As you know, Daniel Burmester was there, Kyle Lamp was there, and we brought Taylor Lamp in as a reserve to this meeting as well.
Right, the pace chute comes off. 10 laps, a stock car teams race. We go green. Burmester gets away, and it'll be the 5.35. Aaron Powell on debut for the Rascals. Off he goes as well. Keegan Orr's going to hold up Brendan Lemont and Cameron Renwick. So Burmester leads it from Powell, then we go back, Keegan Orr holding up Lemont and Renwick. Then we got the 8.53, that'll be Shannon Orr. Oh, look at this big shot there from Orr, and Kyle Lamb goes up the side of Orr, Shannon Orr that is. Burmie's still leading at the 1.72, we got Brandon Jurgelet in the wall as Lemont takes a big shot at the 3.58, James Clifton, and Kyle Lamb goes in as well, serves him up. Brandon Jurgelet fires up now. Burmester drives on straight through Steve Gray. Tell you what, the Pumas are putting in some demi in this race. The 1.72, Daniel Burmester leading the charge. Keegan Orr, he'll be sitting in 2nd. Looks like the Pumas now have lost the lead, the 5.35. Aaron Powell is the lead car for the Rotorua Rascals. Brendan Lemont, he's chasing him down. He's going to have to stop though, because Burmester is your 2nd place car. Keegan Orr in 3rd. Oh, we've lost Kyle Lamp. Aaron Powell still your lead car, the 5.35 out of Rotorua. Lemont's hunting him down. I think he's trying to attack in the form of defence, because Burmester is the lead Puma now. Jurgelet's got the leader held up. This is what we want for the Pumas. Burmester around the outside and into the lead. So the 1.72 is your lead car. The first Rotorua car still the 5.35 of Powell.
Still got 3.53 waiting here.
Daniel Burmester goes through, clocks up lap number 6. He knows he's got all his boys in front of him. Just backs it off a bit. Keegan Orr now is going to take up a bit of running, but he's not the lead rascal. The 5.35 of Powell still sits in 2nd spot. Then we go back to Shannon Orr in the 8.53.
3.53 on the grass, but he's getting back. He's lost time.
Well, the 3.58's gone as well. James Clifton on debut. He's out for the Rascals. They've got to do something here.
7.25 right in the back of the 2.72.
3.53 now. Steve Gray. As Lemont goes round. So Renwick has to get rid of Steve Gray. They've got 3.58 as well now. James Clifton back on track. Burmie knows he's the lead car. He's going to let Lemont through. He's waving him through. There we go. And the 2 Rascals are focused up on the wrong car. This time Burmie goes through nice and easy as the 3.58's gone back to the infield. Clifton, he's got some serious problems with that car. Burmester's going to get the white flag this time around. 1 to go for the Pumas. The new look Pumas up against the Rotorua Rascals. And Daniel Burmister's going to have pretty much a clear track in front of him. He's got Brendan Lermont running shotgun. The only car that could get them, no, it's not going to be back on track in time. So Daniel Burmister will come across the line and give the Palmerston North Pumas victory up against the Rotorua Rascals.
Good thinking and a good result.
I'm not sure if Lermont thought he was the leader or if he just knew he was running shotgun, but either way, it worked to perfection. Burmy read that race superbly. Shannon Orr crosses the line in second for the Rascals. The 8.53, Brendan Lermont now picks up a third spot. Keegan Orr in fourth, Aaron Powell in fifth.
Here we are with a successful Pumas manager, Ian Parfitt, winning the first of 2 home and away challenges this year for the Pumas versus the Rascals. Ian, as I say, you took the win and you must be pretty happy with that result.
Yeah, certainly are. You know, we're a team of a couple of young guys having basically their first team race, plus a few of the other ones that were in the team in Stratford. And hey, you know, they put everything on the line tonight out there. They hit hard, read the race, and yeah, they come away with a win.
Next team's race up for the Pumas, obviously, as we say, we've got the away challenge now against the Rascals, which is also for the Rees Shield, not until the 240s. But in the meantime, who are we looking at racing?
Yeah, the Hawke's Bay or Wellington here on the 7th, which you'll probably see a totally different team. We've got, like we said, we've got 9 in the squad, and you'll see the likes of Luke Myers, David Lowe, Taylor will get a run, and probably Alec Wilson and maybe one more in that squad.
Yeah, the flag's up. Racing.
So, great jump there by Martin. Actually got a really good jump, and he's into the lead well and truly, nice and clear. Ashley Halcrow in the second spot. Then Josh Smith. Cooper. That'll be Blake Cooper. He's on the way now to 12 out of Stratford. But it'll be Martin, Kevin Martin, that gets us through the first lap ahead of Ashley Halcrow, Josh Smith, Shane Laking. Blake Cooper goes a bit wide. Here comes Wayne Melling. Keep an eye out. Kevin Martin leading Ashley Halcrow. Josh Smith is going to try that high line. I just get that feeling, David. He's going to stick a right rear up on the cushion and have a shot at it. That's going to be the only way they're really going to get past here. And Ashley Halcrow looks at it on Kevin Martin. And Josh Smith had the same idea on Ashley Halcrow. They almost went 3 wide in the corner. In fact, they're starting to line up that way. Ashley Halcrow looking for a faster line on the track. She's trying the high part. Josh Smith wants it as well. 92 car of Kevin Martin, who is leading the way at the halfway point of the race. And Ashley Halcrow, she's winding it up to 242. She wants to have a shot at Martin. She's dropped back into the car. Josh Smith is trying his utmost best to get round the 242, and he can't. Opens the door. Shane Laking goes through. Shane Laking in the 7P car now goes through. Josh Smith is stuck on that high line. He can't get by Halcrow. They're all jacked up behind the 92 car of Kevin Martin. Josh Smith gets that third placing back. He's going to try the outside on Halcrow again. Not quite enough room. There is now. They rub door panels. Smith almost puts himself in the wall again. Kevin Martin put this race under control. Driving very defensively in this one, and Ashley Halcrow cannot find a way through. Shane Laking's coming up the inside of Smith and Halcrow as well. And as he does that, pushes her wide. Josh Smith's up there. Passed once again by Blake Cooper. He's looking up the inside again now. They're all bunched up. Josh Smith could come out second best if he doesn't watch out. Laking's in second. Smith puts the wheel up on Halcrow. Kevin Martin doing a great job holding the ball off. Josh Smith is going to have one last shot around the outside. He moves into third ahead of Halcrow. He should hold on to it, but Kevin Martin will take the win ahead of Shane Laking.
Heat 3, and it's another Martin on the top step. This time it's the 92B of Kevin Martin. 7P, Shane Laking comes home in second. Josh Smith finally picks up some points in the 27B car in third. Ashley Halcrow, the 242, she has another solid finish there in fourth. Calvin Honorary picks up a fifth in the 57P, and 227B Wayne Melling, another top 6 placing for some vital points for the finals. Fastest lap was Ashley O'Dowd, 17.6886.
On green.
Good start there by McGill. Straight into that second spot in the 93 car.
Mark Williams in that 24 too. He's in the lead.
We've got the Nicky Nitro car all fired up for this feature there, David. And as you say, the car McGill into second spot. Ricky Paul now in third. We go back to Brent Hoos. Here comes the man charging through the field, Dwayne Hickman, the 95 out of Stratford.
Trying to get through on the inside. Shut out.
Leading this midget feature.
Oh, McGill in second place.
Oh, look at Hickman firing through the inside. Using every bit of track and every bit of pole line there, the 95 car.
Trying through the inside. No. Trying.
Ricky Paul's doing a great job of holding them off so far. I tell you what though, Mark Willens out in front is doing an awesome job. The Nicky Nitro car, he's got it wound up, keeping Carl McGill at bay in the 93. Ricky Paul holding on to that third spot ahead of Dwayne Hickman. Then we go back to Brent Hoos in the 4B car. Tony Johnson in the 13 car, getting real sideways out of 4. And look at this, Kerry Brocklebanks trying to play the copycat role as well.
Dwayne Hickman's got through, sitting in third place.
Carl McGill. McGill's putting a bit of pressure on Willens now, but look at this round the outside. Hickman's made himself known. They'll hear the noise. And the battle for the lead is heating up with 2 laps to go. Still Willens holding off McGill, and a very hard charging Dwayne Hickman is looking for a way through, looking at the inside to put the slide job in. Trying to pump McGill out wide. 1 lap to go, and I think Willens is going to hold this one. Here comes Hickman around the outside. He's going to have to clear McGill on the corner. He doesn't. Gets him in the straightaway. Willens will be loving this because it's holding Hickman and McGill back. And Mark Willens will take the feature at the Robertson Holden International Speedway, the first midget feature of the season, ahead of the 95S of Dwayne Hickman and the 93P of Carl McGill. Carl McGill showing that for a first season driver in the midget class, he can foot it with the best in the business.
This Saturday night at Wellington Family Speedway, starting at 7 p.m, is the Garage 16 Modified Super Series Round 2, the GMR Demolition Derby, and a stock car race featuring Brendan McCullum. Support classes include SUPERSTOCKs, stock cars, saloons, and street stocks. This Saturday night at Eastern State Speedway, starting at 6 p.m, is the Mainland Modified Series. Support classes include sidecars, production saloons, and stock cars. This Saturday afternoon at Greenstone Park Speedway, starting at 4 p.m, support classes include stock cars, street stocks, mini stocks, TQs, and production saloons. This Saturday night at RUAPUNA Speedway, starting at 6 p.m, is the SPRINTCAR SummerSlam Series and the TQ 20-lap Southern Derby. The support classes include midgets, modified sprints, and quarter midgets. This Saturday night at Beachland Speedway, starting at 6 p.m, is the Otago Stock Car Champs. Support classes include saloons, street stocks, modified sprints, production saloons, and youth saloons. This Friday night at Riverside Speedway, starting at 5 p.m, is the Fulton HOGAN Holden Trade Club Saloon Speedweek. So our top 6 on points have been inverted for this feature, and that puts Kevin Martin and Ashley Halcrow off the front row, the 92B and the 242. Row number 2, it'll be the 829S of Jared Macbeth and the 29B of Stephen Martin. And our row 3, our top 2 point scorers, the 57P of Calvin Honore and the 8S of Craig Korf, will start grids 5 and 6 respectively.
Manawatu Saloon Champs underway. Kevin Martin, a great jump in the 92. He's going to cross down, he slides it to the wall, and Stephen Martin this time goes to the wall. Macbeth gets hit everywhere, and Calvin Honore as well gets pumped out a bit wide, so they all got stuck in the water, and Javin Clapperton brings on the yellows down here in turn 1, and we get the green. Once again, we go racing. Another jump from Kevin Martin. He stays wide this time, not cutting down. Ashley Halcrow trying to hug that pole line all the way through, and she does. Keeps it nice and square. She's got Macbeth right tucked in behind. Kevin Martin, we got one in the wall as well. That looks like it's the 16 of Mahi. He's come down though. So Kevin Martin's gone to the lead. Ashley Halcrow right in behind. Oh, she gets the left rear tapped by Macbeth. Stephen Martin's going to be the first one to the high line, and Korf's going with him. Calvin on us. Stephen Martin's gone around by himself. And Josh Smith gets involved. And once again, we go racing. Martin leading the way from Halcrow. She took a dive straight away. Opens the door a little bit for Macbeth. And shuts it on her way out of the corner. So the 92, as we saw in that in that third heat, playing it really defensively from the front. Calvin Honore looking for a way through, getting a bit of a nudge there from Wayne Melling at the back. Josh Smith trying that high line now in the 27. Still Kevin Martin leading it from Danny Halcrow. Looks like she just wants to be unleashed. Just like in heat 3, she came so close to getting round Martin, but he's driving it very tight, very square through the corners, and they're just not letting a way through. Korf's going to go to the outside, and the 8S car. This could well be the only way to pass them. Can't get it done, comes into third. Macbeth's gone back to fourth. Calvin Honore is holding off at Josh Smith that wants to try the outside too. We know how that ended for him earlier in the night, the 27 out of Hawke's Bay. Starting to slip it off right down the bottom, and that's where they're all hugging too. There's just no way past this 92 of Kevin Martin. 7 laps down, we're at the halfway point of the race, and Macbeth took a big dive up the inside of Korf. Oh, makes contact with Josh Smith. Calvin Honore having a drag race with Smith down the back straight. Here comes Korf up the inside of Halcrow now. The 8S has got the nose up the inside of the 242.
No.
She shuts the door and it's all over there. He'll have another crack though. They still can't get past the 92 of Kevin Martin. He started from grid 2. Got the jump and he's been leading it since. And Ashley Halcrow is trying to find a way without opening the door for Craig Korf to get underneath either. Josh Smith now moves up into fourth. He's got the 27 hooked on the high line now, the Pro X. We normally see the Pro X running around the whole line with the Cowling brothers. Not so. Oh, Josh Smith just cuts off Macbeth. Up the inside of Korf and hustles his way through. Making that saloon car as wide as he can, the 27 on his way through. And it's white flag. 1 to go for Kevin Martin for the Manawatu Saloon Champs. Josh Smith sitting in third. He's going to try the high line. He's got one corner to do it. Ashley Halcrow sitting in second. Will she make a dive? Smith goes high. Halcrow's down low. Kevin Martin's got the race. And it'll be to the line. Martin ahead of Halcrow. Marty Halcrow's pumped. He'll take a second placing. Great drive there as well from Josh Smith. Grid 9 to third for the 27 of Josh Smith.
Well, there we go. A great Manawatu Saloon final there. And Kevin Martin, the 92B, holds on from pole position to take the full 12 laps in the checker flag. winning the Manawatu Saloon Championships. Ashley Halcrow, she was doing her utmost best to get past Martin, but she knew if she left the door open while trying to make a move, her chances of a podium will be gone. She holds on for second spot in the 242, and Josh Smith, the only man really using the high line in the 27B, came from grid 9 to finish up third. Jared Macbeth, the 829, Craig Korf, the 8S, and 57 of Calvin Honorary round out the top 6. And no surprises, it's Josh Smith that sets the fastest lap with a 17.3855 in the 27B Pro X machine.
All right, we're down here catching up with runner-up, the Manawatu Saloon Champs, 242, Ashley Halcrow. Ashley, well done. That was a superb drive. Looked a bit hard to get past Kevin, though.
Yeah, I just wasn't really going to risk it. There wasn't really much of a high line, and I knew everyone sneaking up the inside of me.
I was just going to say, every time you sort of went high, you seemed to open the door for Craig Korf and Josh Smith as well.
Yeah, I sort of seen their bumpers and quickly realised I need to be on the low line.
And for the rest of the season, what's the plan for Ashley and I guess even Danny and your old man as well?
Hopefully a lot more saloons racing, hopefully get in the stock car again, and also hopefully in the super saloon.
Oh, so stock car we might see in the KB Cowgirls, yeah?
Maybe.